The sleek, dark hull of the alien vessel shimmered ominously against the swirling backdrop of the Niera Nebula. Without warning, it emitted a powerful energy pulse that rippled through the void. Alarms blared across the Federation fleet as the pulse disabled their shields and weapon systems in an instant. Panic surged through the ranks, but General Voran's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. "Stay calm and hold your positions," he commanded, his tone steady but urgent. Yet, before the fleet could regroup, the alien ship unleashed a barrage of devastating beams, slicing through their ships as if they were made of paper. Explosions erupted in every direction, and within minutes, the Federation's pride was reduced to floating debris. "General, we must retreat," shouted Admiral R.A., her usually composed demeanor cracking under the weight of the destruction. Voran, shaken but resolute, knew she was right. "All remaining ships, initiate emergency warp drives. Fall back to the nearest Federation outpost," he ordered. The remnants of the fleet scrambled to obey, warping out of the battle zone as the alien ship loomed behind them, a silent predator. Voran couldn't shake the crushing weight of failure. They had encountered a force far beyond their understanding, and the implications were terrifying. The journey back to Federation space was shrouded in silence. The survivors were haunted by the images of their fallen comrades and the overwhelming power of the alien vessel. Voran spent the entire trip in his quarters, reviewing the battle data, searching for any clue that might help him understand what they were up against. When they finally arrived at the outpost, the battered fleet was met with a mix of relief and horror. News of the decimation spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves through the Federation. Panic gripped the populace, and the government convened an emergency session to address the crisis. Voran stood before the council, his uniform still bearing the scars of battle. The chamber, usually bustling with debate, was eerily quiet as he began his report. "We were outmatched in every possible way," he said, his voice heavy with the weight of the disaster. "Their technology is beyond anything we've ever seen. They disabled our defenses and destroyed our ships with ease. We need to regroup and find a way to counter this threat." President Alera, a calm and composed leader, leaned forward. "General, what do you propose we do?" she asked, her piercing gaze locking onto his. Voran straightened. "We need to send a reconnaissance team to gather more intelligence on this alien ship. We must also begin upgrading our defenses and rallying our allies. This is not just a threat to the Federation. It's a threat to all civilized space." The council members nodded in agreement, their faces grim but determined. A task force was quickly assembled, consisting of the best scientists, engineers, and soldiers the Federation had to offer. Their mission was clear: venture back to the Niera Nebula, study the alien ship, and uncover any weaknesses they could exploit. As preparations began, the Federation also started mass-producing new defensive technologies and reaching out to neighboring systems for support. The encounter had shaken them to their core, but also ignited a fire of determination. They would not be caught off guard again. Commander Niera, a brilliant tactician and seasoned explorer, led the reconnaissance team. Cloaked in stealth, they approached the nebula, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and resolve. The swirling gases and vibrant colors of the nebula provided a haunting backdrop to their mission. Every shadow and flicker of light heightened their senses, the memory of the previous encounter fresh in their minds. "Keep your eyes peeled," Niera instructed her team. "We can't afford to be caught off guard." The team deployed advanced drones to scan the area, collecting data on the alien ship's composition, energy signatures, and structural design. What they discovered was both fascinating and terrifying. The alien technology was a blend of organic and mechanical components, seamlessly integrated in a way that defied conventional understanding. "Commander, take a look at this," said Dr. Niera, one of the scientists, pointing to a holographic display. "The ship's core is emitting a unique energy signature. It's unlike anything we've seen before." As the team continued their scans, they detected a faint signal, a distress beacon from one of the Federation's lost ships. Against orders to avoid unnecessary risks, Niera decided to investigate. They boarded the derelict vessel, their footsteps echoing in the empty corridors. The ship was eerily silent, the signs of battle evident in the scorched walls and debris. They found a handful of survivors, weak but alive. Among them was Lieutenant Jackson, who had crucial information about the alien ship. They have a central core, he explained, his voice weak but determined. If you can target it, you might be able to bring the whole ship down. But it's heavily guarded and surrounded by a powerful energy field. Armed with this new intelligence, the reconnaissance team returned to Federation space. Their findings were immediately analyzed and incorporated into Federation strategy. General Voran, now leading a renewed and heavily armed fleet, reviewed the data with his top advisors. The central core is our key target, he said, his voice firm. But we need a plan to penetrate the energy field and its defenses. Months of preparation followed. The Federation transformed itself. Factories working around the clock to produce advanced weaponry and starships. Scientists and engineers collaborated on new defensive technologies, and militaries trained an influx of new recruits. The atmosphere on every planet was charged with a mix of fear and determination. Voran stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute, overseeing the final preparations. His face, once marked by the shock of their initial defeat, now bore the hardened determination of a leader ready for retribution. The fleet, a formidable assembly of the Federation's mightiest starships, positioned itself just outside the Niera Nebula. Each ship was equipped with upgraded shields, reinforced hulls, and the latest in offensive technology. The crew members were briefed and ready, their spirits bolstered by the knowledge that they now had a fighting chance. Voran addressed the fleet through the communication network. "Today, we face a foe unlike any other," he said, his voice steady and commanding. "But we are stronger, smarter, and ready to defend our home. For the Federation." As the fleet surged forward into the nebula, the alien ship's menacing silhouette emerged from the depths. The massive vessel, with its sleek dark hull, still exuded an aura of invincibility. But Voran and his team were ready. "Commander Leora, initiate the distraction plan," he ordered. Leora's squadron of nimble, stealth-equipped fighters darted forward, drawing the alien ship's initial fire. The fighters weaved through a barrage of beams, evading with expert precision. Meanwhile, the main fleet moved into position, preparing to execute the critical strike. "Admiral R.A., focus all firepower on the ship's central core," Voran commanded. "We need to penetrate that energy field." The fleet unleashed a coordinated assault, targeting the energy field, protecting the alien ship's core. The advanced weaponry, developed based on reconnaissance data, began to take its toll. The energy field flickered and weakened under the relentless onslaught. "Energy field at 70% and dropping," reported Lieutenant Jackson, his eyes fixed on the tactical display. The alien ship retaliated, its beams slicing through the Federation ranks. Ships exploded into fiery debris, but the fleet held its formation, their determination unyielding. "Energy field at 30%. Jackson called out, his voice edged with hope. Voran's eyes narrowed. "Prepare the ion disruptors," he ordered. "On my mark, we target the core directly." The ion disruptors, a new addition to their arsenal, were designed to overload the alien ship systems. The fleet's heavy cruisers lined up their shots, waiting for the moment of vulnerability. "Energy field at 10%. Jackson reported. "We're almost there." Voran's voice was calm but firm. "Fire the ion disruptors." A barrage of ion disruptors surged toward the alien ship's core. The projectiles struck true, penetrating the weakened energy field and hitting the core. The alien vessel shuddered violently, its lights flickering and dimming. "We've breached the core," Jackson shouted, elation in his voice. "Concentrate all firepower on the core," Voran ordered. The fleet's combined might bore down on the alien ship's core. Explosions rippled through the vessel as it began to disintegrate from within. The once invincible ship was now a chaotic blaze of destruction. With a final earth-shattering explosion, the alien vessel erupted in a blinding flash of light. The shockwave rippled to the nebula, sending debris scattering in all directions. The Federation fleet watched in awe and relief as the alien threat was obliterated. Cheers erupted throughout the fleet. General Voran allowed himself a rare smile of triumph. The battle had been hard-fought and costly, but they had emerged victorious. "General, we've done it," Admiral R.A. said, her voice filled with pride and exhaustion. "Yes, we have," Voran replied, his tone reflecting the collective relief of his crew. "Let's bring our people home." As the fleet made its way back to Federation space, the news of their victory spread quickly. Celebrations erupted on every planet, the fear and uncertainty replaced by hope and pride. The Federation had faced an unimaginable threat and had not only survived but triumphed. Back on the capital planet, a grand ceremony was held to honor the heroes of the battle. General Voran stood before a cheering crowd, flanked by his fellow officers and the brave crew members who had made the victory possible. "Today, we celebrate not just a victory, but the strength and unity of our Federation," Voran declared. "We face the unknown and emerge stronger. Let this be a reminder that together, we can overcome any challenge." The crowd erupted in applause, their spirits lifted by the hard-earned triumph. The galaxy had changed forever, but the Federation stood ready to face whatever the future might hold. With renewed determination, they would continue to explore the stars, defend their home, and uphold the values of peace and unity that had guided them through the darkest of times.